world has seen a lot of disasters and a lot of events of prime global importance. Be it the Chernobyl disaster, be it the Hiroshima Nagasaki, be it the Bhopal gas tragedy, but have you wondered what happens after the events are done? What you might think as a peace, a calm after the storm, may not be as calm and as peaceful because the debris, the residue, the memories, everything of that event continues long past the actual event is over. That is the crux of today's exhibition that we are standing in at Art Exposure Calcutta. It is called All That You Leave Behind. Curated by Gayatri Sinha, one of the most fantastic art curators of the present. We have a group of fantastic artists who are displaying their work. Come, let's see what this exhibition has in store for us.
Einstein had once described creativity as the residue of wasted time, and the exhibition, All That You Leave Behind, points out towards this residue which is intercepted by creativity to develop something new from memories, recall, abandonment, and more. Participating artists include Aban Raza, Abir Karmakar, Atul Dodia, Baiju Pathan, Desmond Lazaro, K.M. Madhusudhanan, Mahesh Baliga, Riaz Komo, Shambhavi, Sheba Chachi, Sudhir Patwardhan, and Vasudha Thozur. All around the two-floored exhibition, one can witness installations and paintings depicting some of the finest craftsmanship of contemporary art. In fact, K.M. Madhusudhanan's Logic of Disappearance particularly attracted us with its punched art with a backlight that made sure everyone stopped in front of it to see the amazing artistry.
So the exhibition, All That You Leave Behind, is a group of artists of different, it's in a certain sense of a pretty similar generation, and the idea was to bring out their concepts of residue of the creative process and how it is arrived at. And I have to say that it was for me curatorially a great learning experience also, because they bring into the artwork history, they bring in colonialism, they bring in migration, they bring in residue of chemicals and the debris that creates, the poison from effluent, chemical effluents. All of these elements come together. There is also the more contemporary movement of wars, actually conflict, and the consequences of that in places like Gaza. So this, in that sense, this exhibition spans a few centuries of the understanding of what do we leave. You know, on the one hand, you have the deliberate residue of grand monuments, of constructions, memorials, celebrations, and those are meant to give the imprint of power, of patronage, and a certain degree of, possession, particularly of the ground. But then on the other hand, you have the unconscious debris of waste, which is unmanaged waste. Look at the chemical waste, the kind of heaps that we have across, look at the pollution of the oceans, etc. So we have both these aspects in the exhibition.
Apart from paintings and installations, one very interesting fact about this exhibition is the ongoing film Thippanakkam, which is a presentation by K.M. Madhusudhanan. This film basically reflects the time the lower castes decided to stand up and defend their rights.
So it's a wonderful exhibition that is curated by Gayatri Sinha, All That You Leave Behind, and we have some friends who have put up an exhibition here. Riaz Komu has put up an exhibition on that side, which is about displacement, migration, and human tragedy. Then we have, of course, Aban Raza's work. This is a resting place of Aurangzeb, and today we see a lot of people who are trying to talk about the negative, effects of Aurangzeb's regime, but there's always a context to that. So I think it is very beautifully portrayed, the resting place. Then there are also a lot of wonderful artists who put up the exhibit. So I think it's wonderful. looking at all the wonderful work that artists have brought together to the City of Joy.
Chachi also told us that the idea of her installation, which is reassembled piece by piece, taking over 3 days during each of her displays, stems from how chemical industries are harming the environment than doing any good.
One of the most exciting installations of this particular exhibition is the one right behind me. This is made by Shiva Chachi, and the most interesting part of this installation is the fact that it is made with almost 600 plus laboratory equipments. I'm sure chemistry would have been very fun had some this kind of artistic creativity existed when we were young.
Yeah, so the creative process doesn't reveal itself. What an event that happened today can be recorded, and in that sense, the artist documents history as it happens. He's considered the antenna of society. So, in a way, he anticipates also what is the temper of the human condition, and that's very much what is visibilized. But then there is much that is omitted, even in the artist's personal life. They don't always bring their own emotions or the effects of their own lives into play, and that actually influences even the nature of the work. So some of the work looks, quite dark in that sense because it is a reflection of the times that we are living in. That is the artist's own emotional and intellectual response. There is also the more political concerns which we see, such as the kind of slaughter that we have seen in Gaza coming out. Then also the current, in Atul Doria's work, we see the absolutely current war that is taking place in Iran, in the burqa-clad figure, the drones, the aeroplanes, etc. So this is a very immediate response on the part of the artist. But at the same time, in that work, there are references to aspects of art history. So this kind of combination is what separates art from reportage, from news, from documentary. It is this ability of the artist to bring together different kinds of elements and give it this kind of richness.
Yeah, I thought this was a wonderful experience with so many various kinds of artists and various kinds of works brought together. I especially liked Desmond Lazaro's works, and also I liked how the space has been used in terms of using different works in different floors and across different spaces. So I think overall it sort of becomes like a very eclectic mix of different kinds of artworks coming together.
The exhibition is open to public view till May 16th from 11 am to 8 pm at Art Exposure Lake Road.